So are you new in a music scene? Are you trying to climb the ladder? What's the best way to start that climb? And most musicians, myself included, are going to suggest that you go and sit in on someone else's gig. But how do you sit in on someone else's gig? What gear do you take? What's that process like? I've had a lot of viewers ask me that question. And so I'm going to make a little video about that. And in fact, I started making a video about this, I would say 7 months ago. I had just been out of town for a month. I was on the road. And I was coming back to town, and I wanted to let everybody know that I was back and I was going to spend my Saturday afternoon just going downtown and seeing what gigs I can sit in on. So I made a little video about that, and since that time, that was about 7 months ago, there was a lot of things that I was doing very wisely in that video, and some things that were not so wise. So I want you to watch this, keep an open mind, and then at the end, I want to discuss some things that were smart and some things that I can improve upon. So I'm about to head out, go downtown to Broadway, and maybe see some other musicians play, maybe see if I can sit in. And these are the things I take with me when I'm going down to Broadway just to hang out or maybe to network. So first and foremost, I'll always carry a stick bag. If someone asks me to sit in, I have my own sticks, that's great. But also, it's almost like a pass to get into some places. Like maybe they won't ID you, maybe they won't give you a hassle about checking your bag. If you have some drumsticks or some kind of instrument with you down on Broadway, it seems to, the people who are at the clubs working doors, they kind of, oh, this is one of us. So I always have that with me. I'll also always have with me on my in-ear monitors, because if you get asked to sit in, usually most people are running ears through a board, so I can just plug right into that. I'll take my iPad with me in case I need to run some charts. And I'll take this little iPad clamp in case I need to attach it to a stand. I also like to take this handy little GoPro bag. So inside you can see a litany of chargers, but I also do things like I take an iPhone with me, which I use to run my click track, but I also use to run live BPM to check my playing. But oh yeah, I also have this GoPro with me. So I'll also take a kick drum pedal, snare, cymbal case, along with my backpack. So I walk around with this backpack. It has all the things I need in case I sit in, but I always have the cymbal and snare kick pedal, because you never know when you're down on Broadway and someone needs you to fill in for a shift. It may seem like I'm taking a lot here, but it takes me about 5 minutes to pack. I always have this stuff with me, and the cymbals and snare and kick pedal stay locked up in my car. Now, are the chances I'm going to need any of this stuff? Probably not. But if I get called to do a gig, fill in at a last minute, I'm ready. If I sit in, I'm ready with my ears, I'm ready with my sticks, I'm ready if I want to record any of it. So it takes me about, again, 5 minutes, and then I'm off down to go do some networking. So what was I doing right in that video, and what are some things that I can improve upon? Well, I can tell you what I was doing right. Having your ears with you, your in-ear monitors, that's going to be really helpful if you're going downtown. They just fit in your pocket, and odds are if you get to sit in, you're probably going to need to use those. And if you don't, they're not taking up too much space in your pocket. Now, taking my stick bag down, that's a toss-up. Because depending on the drummer, some drummers will let you sit in and use their sticks, some drummers want you to have your own sticks. Sometimes taking a stick bag in is like a pass getting into a club. But then also sometimes the doorman will stop you and be like, whoa, 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 who are you? And then you have to explain all these things. Same thing if you're taking a backpack. The backpack is a little bit dicier. If you're taking it down during the daytime and you absolutely need to have it, okay, just be prepared to do some explaining and explain who you are at the door. But a lot of clubs downtown now, for one reason or another, don't want you taking any backpacks in whatsoever. So keep that in mind. Now, if you play another instrument like bass or guitar, I've found that if you take your guitar down looking to sit in, some people will get a little bit intimidated by that. Some people get intimidated if you're taking your bass or your guitar or even an amp, even if somebody asks you to sit in. I'm not sure if that's a golden rule for all of Nashville and all of guitarists, but I've heard multiple people say, oh yeah, hey man, you don't need to do that. You can just play my guitar. And I found that a lot of instrumentalists down in Nashville, if they know you, they'll be cool with it. I can't say that's gospel, but I also know if somebody sits in on my kit, I'm happy to let them use my drums, happy to let them use my cymbals and my sticks. But it brings it back to the whole big point here, which is that if I know the person, I'm happy to let them do that. If I don't know somebody, it depends on what kind of day, what kind of gig, what kind of mood I'm in. And I think that applies to anybody. And the overarching theme here is pretty much in line with the rest of my videos, is that so much of the music business is about relationships. It's about knowing people. It's about not expecting anything right away. It's about putting in consistent efforts. And sometimes those consistent efforts are just being down around the scene. Find the gig you want, hang around those people, not just for once, 2 times, 3 times. Learn their material, just have them see you around. Now, I have a little bit more of a name in Nashville because I've been here for about 2 years now, and people know me. And so if they see me around, they'll be more than likely to ask me to sit in to play. But if they don't know me and I really want to play with them, I'll make it a point to introduce myself and not expect anything. So if there's one takeaway from this is, don't expect anything. You know, it's go down there and just say, I'm playing with house money. If somebody asks me to sit in, cool. If not, I'm going to learn some new things anyways. And also the other takeaway, be prepared. So one thing I found that even seasoned vets in Nashville don't do is they don't travel with their gear. So I always have some kind of gear with me if I'm traveling, because the way things go in Nashville, you never know when you're going to be asked to play a last-minute gig. So I always have my gear with me, but always make sure to have it insured. So if this is helpful to you, let me know. If you have a question, let me know. This channel really is for all the musicians out there. So shoot a message in the comments. Let me know if there's something you want to see. And again, if you like, follow, subscribe, all those things, that really helps this channel and helps other musicians learn about kind of networking in the music business, specifically here in Nashville. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.